They thought humans were myths. Old stories told by exhausted explorers who had traveled too far into the dark and returned half-mad, speaking of a species that should not exist. A species without claws, without armor, without natural weapons. Soft-skinned creatures who somehow survived a death world and then vanished from the galactic stage. The archives of the Valarian Concord listed humanity as unverified folklore. No homeworld coordinates, no active signals, no confirmed sightings for over 600 cycles. And so the myths were ignored. Until the Armada arrived, the Concord fleet was unstoppable by any known standard. 12,000 warships moved as one, their hulls glowing with shield harmonics that had never failed in recorded history. They had crushed stellar empires, erased civilizations, and rewritten star maps with their conquests. This campaign was supposed to be easy. The frontier system was unclaimed. No sentient resistance, only a few scattered outposts and dead worlds orbiting a yellow star. Scouts reported something strange at first. Artificial satellites, old ones, primitive by Concord standards, but functional. They detected radio noise layered over tight beam laser communications, oddly encrypted. The admirals laughed. Relics of a dead species, they said. Then the first ship vanished. No explosion, no debris. One moment it was there, the next it was simply gone, erased from every sensor band at once. The Concord fleet halted. Confusion rippled through command channels. Sensor recalibrations followed. Diagnostic sweeps showed nothing wrong. Space itself seemed calm. Then came the message. It was not translated at first. It did not use any known galactic syntax. It was a narrow-band transmission, weak yet deliberate, repeating in simple pulses. When the linguistics engine finally cracked it, silence filled the bridge. Unknown fleet, the message said, calm and unmistakably clear. You have entered restricted human space. Power down and identify yourselves. Human. The word triggered old data fragments buried deep in forgotten servers. The myths resurfaced. The Death Worlders. The stubborn primates who supposedly fought each other for millennia before ever reaching the stars. The admirals dismissed it. They issued a standard domination warning and ordered the fleet to advance. That was their second mistake. Space bent, not folded like Concord warp technology, but twisted violently, as if reality itself was being forced aside. From nothing, ships emerged. Not thousands at first, just a few dozen. They were ugly. No elegant curves, no glowing energy fins, just dark, angular hulls scarred by micrometeor impacts and old battle damage. They carried no visible shields. No energy signatures worthy of note. The Concord fleet surged forward, and the humans opened fire. There were no warning beams, no slow charging weapons. Kinetic projectiles slammed into Concord shields at relativistic speeds. Not plasma, not energy. Solid matter accelerated to near light speed. The shields failed instantly. Entire capital ships ruptured as if made of paper. Internal explosions followed milliseconds later, cascading through decks never designed to handle such violence. The humans did not target randomly. They hit command nodes, reactor cores, drive systems, each strike precise, calculated, merciless. More human ships arrived, hundreds, then thousands. They emerged from impossible vectors, some from within planetary gravity wells, others from deep shadow zones thought unusable for fleet insertion. Concord formations collapsed. Their admirals tried to adapt, to reroute power, to raise secondary shields. It didn't matter. Every response was anticipated, because humanity had been watching. For centuries, they had listened to every transmission the Concord ever broadcast, studied their tactics, simulated their wars. While the galaxy expanded and grew complacent, humans stayed quiet and learned. The myths were wrong. Humanity had not vanished. They had hidden. The human fleet advanced without ceremony. No battle chants, no declarations of glory, just relentless motion. Concord pilots reported something terrifying. The human ships were not retreating when damaged. They pressed forward even while venting atmosphere, even while burning. Some ships detonated themselves deliberately, taking multiple Concord vessels with them in controlled annihilation. The concept was incomprehensible. Self-sacrifice at a fleet scale was not rational. But humans were not rational by galactic standards. They were emotional, driven, angry. The Concord flagship attempted surrender protocols. A message was broadcast across all channels. Human fleet, cease fire. We acknowledge your dominance. State your terms. The reply came instantly. There are no terms. The human voice was steady, almost tired. You came to erase us. We decided long ago that would never happen again. The flagship was destroyed seconds later. The battle lasted less than an hour. When it ended, the armada that once darkened entire star systems was gone. Wreckage drifted silently. Escape pods floated unanswered. Human ships did not pursue survivors. They didn't need to. The message was already sent. Across the galaxy, hidden human relays activated. Old alliances awakened. Defense grids powered up around systems no one realized were inhabited. Humanity stepped into the light. Not as conquerors, as a warning. To every civilization watching, the lesson was clear. Humans were never the strongest. Never the fastest. Never the most advanced. But they adapted faster than anyone else. And when pushed to the edge, when labeled myths and mistakes and footnotes in forgotten archives, humanity did what it always had. They survived. They learned. And when the Armada appeared, humanity answered. This is not the end of the story. This is where it begins.